Hello. Yes, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good morning. So today is the last day of the week. This is Friday, 20th of March. So I'll first of all start by explaining whatever is on my screen now. What you are seeing, this is called dashboard, and it shows the strength for various currencies. So we will first of all have to understand the strength of various symbols before we can start trading them. We'll start off with this one, AUD. This is the strongest symbol so far. AUD is the strongest, followed by NZD. Then the weakest is CHF, followed by USD. So if you are to trade any combination now, you should trade the combination of AUD and CHF, NZD and CHF, or AUD USD, or NZD USD. So if you are trading NZD USD, also trade AUD USD. The two are supposed to be moving in the same direction. So that's based on the strength meter. That is based on the currency which is the strongest. If we are to look for something else, if you are to look for the trend now, if you are to trade based on the strength, then we have Euro USD, which is showing us a very good uptrend. We also have Euro JPY, which is showing us some very good downtrend and the downtrend, sorry. Then we have GBP USD, where we have a downtrend on the 4 hours and a downtrend on the 1 hour. Then we have an uptrend on 15 minutes and 5 minutes an uptrend. GBP, AUD, GBP, NZD, all of them there's an active downtrend. Then if we move to AUD, JPY, AUD, USD, AUD CAD, AUD CHF, AUD, NZD, all of them we can see that there's a mixture. Like we have some uptrend beginning. So the lesser time frame is showing us some uptrend, but the higher time frame is showing us a sell, which means that somehow we are beginning to change trend to the upper side, or we are retracing to the upper side. So as it is on those symbols, you should be wait for price to, if it gives you a good buy signal, buy it. If it gives you a very good sell signal, still sell it. Then we have CAD CHF, where we have a sell on 4 hours, but the remaining time frames we actually have a buy. So this could be a sign that we are now heading to the upper side. So let's move on. Let's now start looking at the individual symbols. Just a second. Let's now start looking at the individual symbols, and we'll start off with SP500. It's on our screen already. So SP500 should move alongside US dollar. This is SP500. You can see that we somehow headed to the lower side. This is a very good downtrend. We have a very good downtrend. Actually, from the point when the price was here, this has been downwards. The price moved massively to the lower side, and if you check the other indicator, which is ADX indicator, we are still downwards. So if you are looking at this chart now, you better be looking for sell positions. Keep looking for sell orders. Wait for price to retrace back to the upper side, and if it gives you a good sell signal, you're supposed to sell it. So if you are to minimize this chart, you'll be able to see exactly whatever I'm saying. We do have a level here, a very good support, which was broken. We also do have a level there. The price went perfectly up to that point, which means this could be a very good place we want to buy from. So if you are looking at this chart now, be sure to keep looking for buy position. So despite the drop which we saw some few days ago, that the price declined massively, this could be actually a good place to start looking for a buy from. So if you successfully buy it now, you should be able to hold on to that buy, expecting price to move much higher. So we move forward. Let's look at GBPSD. GBPSD, so far we had a bearish pin bar. This is a very good sign for a sell. A very good sign for a sell. But as it looks now, this is a bearish pin bar sign for a sell, and we do have a level here, which is a very good zone. So if you are looking at this chart now, just expect a sell within this range, the range which I've just drawn. Expect price to get back perfectly up to this point so that you can look for a sell. If you're looking at this chart now, expect price to give you a very good sell signal within this range here. So we'll move on USD/JPY soon. And as we mentioned, USD/JPY should move alongside SP500. So far, the US dollar actually moved above a very good zone. This zone, we drew it some days ago. It's still relevant. This one here. have this. So we had a very good resistance. There was a gap above. I mean, the price broke above it. As we're speaking now, the price is currently pulling back to the losses. So this should give us the correct opportunity to look for a buy. If you're looking for a trade now, just be sure to look for buy positions as we're speaking now. Wait for price to give you a clear buy signal. Expect that buy to take us up to, first of all, this resistance, where if it breaks above, then it should continue much higher. So actually, if the price goes beyond 112.18, expect it to continue much higher up to 118.00 or 121.00. So as it is now, this is giving us the correct opportunity to look for a buy from. Let price continue down the way it's doing, but if it gives us a signal, then we're going to trade it much better. So we'll move forward to our next symbol, EURUSD. This one. So EURUSD so far, after breaking below the trend line which we drew some days ago, this was a very good trend line. We had it drawn like this. A support, a support, a support, a support, a support. There's a very good break below, which means we are still downward. So if you are looking at this chart now, you better be looking for a sell position. So if the price closes below the zone, this trend line, then this should give us a very good place to look for a sell from. So as it is now, we are still sellers. We are just waiting for price to give us a clear sell signal. So we move forward. Let's see what we have on Brent oil. We look at WTI. This is also bearish. We have a very good downtrend, but then there are no clear sell signals. So if there are no signals, we look for continuation signs, which means we are looking for pin bars, engulfing candles, inside bars, all of which should be pointing to the lower side. So anytime there's no clear levels, you look for continuation signs that the price is going to is continuing, and that should be pin bar, engulfing candles, inside bar, and then big candles, more bullish candles that are pointing to the lower side. So based on the indicator which we are having, the alligator indicator, this is downwards. Based on the ADX indicator, we are still downwards. So the current move we are seeing to the upper side is actually just a retracement. This is just a retracement. 30.39. The price needs to come back up to this point, 30.39, where we want to look for a sell from. So let's move to our last symbol. We'll move forward to our last symbol, and that should be gold. We have gold here. So far, gold was bearish yesterday. Actually, the price hit a very good support. This one. This is a very good support. So you can see there was a tail which was sent up to that point, and then the price attempted to get back but could not clearly come back to this zone. So if the price does not break below 1453.13, then that should be a buy. If the price does not break below that zone, then we are going to remain buyers with this one. But if the price closes below that zone, then that would mean we are now heading to the below side. So we're supposed to look for a sell, expecting price to continue much lower, maybe up to this level here. That's if the price goes below this point, then you should expect some move up to this point, or it should continue much lower up to this point here. So expect, if the based on the indicator, the other indicator, the ADX indicator, we are somehow still heading upwards, but based on the alligator indicator, we are downward. So the downward which we are seeing based on the alligator is actually just a retracement. So if it doesn't go below this level here, expect a buy. So thank you very much. That should bring us to the end of today's webinar. If you do have any questions, kindly feel free to post them for me on the chat option. And just before I finish, I'm going to put the strength meter so that you're able to see it. This one, you're able to see the currency that are the strongest and also the weakest, so that you know exactly what to trade. And we also have very good trends on certain pairs. So where there's very good trend, that's the only place where you trade at. If there are no clear trends, you don't trade there. So far as I'm seeing that there's a lot of mixture. Not as yesterday where we had AUD, all of them showing. Be careful as you trade. and good luck. So thank you, see you.